Favorite Disneyland guided tours returning to in May to Disneyland. Victoria and Albert's earns coveted Michelin star. New Dear Disney segment, headline news, and so much more on today's Disney Parks podcast.
Welcome to the Disney Parks Podcast, your Disney infotainment podcast. Keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the podcast at all times and get ready for the Disney Parks Podcast.
Alrighty, welcome to this week's news show for the week of April 22nd. That is fun week. Did you do anything Disney this week, James?
Did I do anything? Yes. I did.
All right, lay it on us.
Shy of running the marathon, I feel like I have.
Which happened this weekend.
Which did happen this weekend as well. A 5, a 10, and a half. Because that's the only ones that are on right now. And right. I think this was the last one for this season. So they are done now until next year or next round. Which will start up sooner than later.
Sure will.
It was also race weekend on top of Dapper Day weekend as well. So for all of you that don't know, Dapper Day is when people dress as dapper as they can possibly be. And a lot of people like to dress like other Disney characters or get as close as they can.
Yep.
And I'll tell you, some people are very creative. They put a lot of time into doing what they do. And I give them a lot of credit because it's a lot of work. Mm-hmm. So I joined the Dapper Day festivities at 2 of the parks. So I was there on Saturday at Epcot. We were there for a little bit over there, took a quick trip to Magic Kingdom as well on Saturday. I also had a dinner that same day at 1900 Park Fair.
Ooh. So, and how was that? How's the new and improved?
The new and improved, since I don't know if I ever have done the original and unimproved, or if it was improved. Right. 1900. So I can officially check 1900 Park Fair off my list of That's things good. That I don't remember or have never done.
Right.
It was very good, actually. You get 4 characters, Tiana, Aladdin, and Maribel, and I can't remember the last one. Who was there? Cinderella. That's who it was.
That's a very eclectic group of characters.
It was an eclectic mix, but it was good. I have my caveats about it. Other than that, the food was fantastic. Honestly, the food was really good. If for anything, I would go there again for the food. It is buffet style. Still as much as you can pile down for one set price.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah. They do have a drink menu too, so don't feel as if they don't. It is character dinner.
What was the price of? Do you remember what the price was?
I think it was 60 something.
60. Yeah. Okay.
I think it was like 60 something.
That's pretty close to mine.
So it's about even.
Just comparing notes. Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah.
Did that, and then Sunday I was back at Magic Kingdom for Dapper Day again, the last day of Dapper Day. It was a nice day. There was a nice breeze, so it was a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
So we did the tour there, little Dapper Day, and that was that on Sunday. And Monday it was Earth Day, so we were at the anniversary of Animal Kingdom for Earth Day, and it's Earth Day festivities.
Was that on Earth, though?
It was still on Earth, yes.
Okay. Just checking.
No, I didn't find a way to escape it. I tried, but no.
It was on the Big Blue Marble.
Yes, we were. So in lieu of me doing 3 parks,
Mm-hmm.
one twice in 3 days, what did you do, Mr. Tony? Did you do anything Disney?
Yeah, we went to the Magic Kingdom on Saturday. Saw the festival parade, which I have not seen in a long time. And then we had dinner at. Oh, well, first we had lunch at Steakhouse 71, which is a plus. If you have to go for lunch, go for dinner, go for breakfast. Either one, I've had all three. They're all fantastic. The prime rib sandwich for lunch is off the hook, and the burger is very good too. Those are my two faves there. Yeah, so then we trolleyed over to the Magic Kingdom. We got a nice little place. We were smart enough to get there early, and we actually had a bench in front of the train station, sat and watched the parade from a seated position.
Wow.
I don't know when the last time that ever happened.
The 12th of never.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. And then we hung out with you guys for a while.
Yes, we did. We actually didn't partake. We got to see the glass blowing, which I don't know if I ever have seen or haven't seen it in a very long time.
Yeah.
If you all haven't seen it, it is in the Erebus shopping area, and they do a little glass blowing show.
Yeah, it was very cool.
It is very cool.
Yeah, things about glass blowing I did not know. 101. So it was very cool.
The thing is it's in an air-conditioned building, too.
Yes.
You may have to stand, but it's still air-conditioned, so you can take a time to cool off and watch a little glass blowing.
Yeah, and you can ask as many questions as you want. The guy was, very friendly.
Yeah,
and
he's very knowledgeable.
Stupid questions. Yep. And like he said, if you didn't know the answer, he was just going to make it up anyway. So that's great.
Or ask someone else to answer it for him.
Yeah, exactly.
He was fine with it.
Yeah, so we did that. Then you guys took off. We went over to Crystal Palace for dinner.
Yep. And then we headed to 1900 Park Fair.
Yeah, you went to 1900. I have to say this. I've been to Crystal Palace before, and I feel like they've cut the choices in half. There were not a lot of selections, especially for protein. There was a shrimp Creole. There was a prime rib that lacked meat. It was more fat than what's meat. I'm like, I just had a prime rib sandwich at Steakhouse. Everyone had no fat. I came over here and it's all fat.
See, what happened was the Steakhouse bought all the good selection.
I guess so.
They shipped the rest over there.
Yeah, exactly. We'll give you the fat cap and then we're going to keep the meat.
Yeah.
Anyway, I feel like they've cut their selections in half. There were not. I remember a lot of salad choices like couscous. I remember a potato salad, a macaroni salad. I didn't see any of those things. I don't know. I just felt they were cutting.
That is the buffet as well, right?
Yeah, it is a buffet.
Okay.
This is Pooh characters, so this is Winnie, Tigger, Eeyore, and Piglet. We only really saw two, Pooh and Tigger. The other two we never saw. Don't know. Didn't stop by. It's not high on my list, but, hey, if I'm paying for characters, I'd like to see them. At least get their picture.
At least once.
Yeah. At least get the picture.
So I was able to at least see all 4 of them twice.
Yeah. So it was interesting. It was, it wasn't great. Then we stayed for the fireworks, and that was a lot of fun. I really believe that Disney has way up their game on the projection part of the fireworks. I mean, all right, the fireworks are great. They, really light things off. I think they've added more back to the show. Somebody probably said loosen up the fireworks budget a little bit because there are more fireworks, I believe, now. But the projection stuff is fantastic. I mean, they have lasers now and all kinds of stuff. So, this was the first time I ever heard this, but there was an announcement. I'd probably say like 10 minutes before the show started that said, "We are currently at capacity on Main Street. Please select a different viewing area, such as
Oh,
Frontierland or behind the
Tomorrowland.
castle,
Fantasyland.
Fantasyland, or any other place in the park besides Main Street as your viewing location." It's the first time I've ever heard that. I've never heard them say, "Don't go on Main Street because
We
we're
want
at
you to watch
capacity."
this, but you cannot stay here. It's
Yeah,
unsafe.
exactly. Um, so that was the first time I've ever heard that. We chose to stay a little bit past, to not be part of the mass exodus. And we were parked at the Contemporary, so we just walked over rather than trying to, get on a monorail and be part of the sausage factory on a monorail. There's only so many bodies you can fit in a monorail before it's
Yep.
uncomfortable. So, and that was it. We went home. So it was fun.
Nice.
It was a fun time. Yeah. That's it. Anything else?
No, I think I covered it all.
All
I
right.
think I got all mine out. I ran around and you ran around and
Yeah.
we ate. We definitely ate.
Yeah. All right. Let's get
Can't say we didn't do anything Disney this week.
Yeah. Let's get into the news.
And now, Disney Parks Podcast News.
Number one on today's list, 2 fan favorite Disneyland guided tours return in May to Disneyland.
Ooh.
Cultivating the Magic Tour is number 1. From the moment you pass through the main entrance at Disneyland Park, begin your journey into the theme park's living storybook. Be welcomed by the Mickey Floral and then walk through Town Square, where you're greeted by cheerful flower beds and hanging baskets full of brightly colored flowers. Stop at the Central Plaza, commonly referred to as the Hub. From here, be guided through the beckoning west of Frontierland, the fairy tale kingdom of Fantasyland, and the imagined future of Tomorrowland, and the wilds of Adventureland, which is not only home to many exotic plants, but also to the Jungle Cruise attraction, where every plant you're going to encounter along your journey was chosen for its own particular tale. Your tour guide will unearth their stories as you travel from the misty Amazon River of South America to the African veldt and other fascinating destinations overflowing with beauty. Also returning, the Disneyland Railroad guided tour. Walk through the park listening to stories about where the idea behind Walt's train creations first started. Understand the impact trains had on Walt Disney's dreams, from animation and film all the way to the theme parks. The Disneyland Park Roundhouse is where the magic happens for the historic Disneyland Railroad system, and it's not typically viewed by the public. You'll learn more about the Imagineers who look after the Disneyland monorail and trains. During your guided tour, climb aboard Disneyland Railroad's special presidential car, the Lily Bell, and take a scenic route along the rivers of America to see landscapes inspired by 4 of America's majestic rivers: the Mississippi, the Columbia, the Missouri, and the Rio Grande. Each is carefully recreated to complete with indigenous rock formations, natural forest, wildlife, and 5 picturesque waterfalls.
Have you ever done the train tour?
I have
Here?
not done either of those. I know you did the train tour here, right?
Yeah. Well, I've done the train tour here and at Disneyland.
Oh, and okay.
Yeah. Listen, it's one of the best tours you can do if you're interested in trains and Walt history, because Walt was a huge train aficionado. It's a great thing to do. At Disneyland, we actually got to ride the Lily Bell around Disneyland. It was for an adventure by Disney, so they had put the Lily Bell on it, and then put us on. It was the last car on the train. Put us on there, and then we actually got to ride the Lily Bell around the track. I think for the tour, you just get to go on the Lily Bell and sit in the train car. And for Disney World, when the 2 times I did it was when they still had the train show, at Rope Drop. And what happened was we would get to go on that train back to the Roundhouse. So they would talk about trains, the show would start, then we would get on that train and then take it back. Now, that train was not what they call passenger ready, because if you remember the train show, there were no rails on the left-hand side. Like, they would go from the platform to the other side, through the train. So there were no rails there. So that they called it not passenger ready, it was just show ready. So we got to ride that, which was very interesting, not having rails on either side of the train. But it's a very cool tour. I would highly, highly, highly suggest that you do it, because it's a lot of fun. And the Roundhouse at Walt Disney World is also where the monorails, trains are kept down on the first floor, and then monorails are kept up on the second floor for maintenance. So it's very cool that you can see both. All right, next up, Victoria and Albert earns a Michelin star. This is the first time in forever. Yeah, I can't believe it.
There it is.
Yeah. So Victoria and Albert at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa has been recognized by Michelin Guide for exceptional cuisine. During a ceremony on Thursday, April 18th, Victoria and Albert's was one of 9 Central Florida restaurants awarded the prestigious Michelin star. The Michelin rating program has been around for more than a century, recognizing the finest cuisine and service at establishments around the world. Michelin assigns 1 to 3 stars to qualifying restaurants. Only about 200 restaurants in the U.S. have received a star. And I'll tell you, the ones that they selected this year, besides Victoria and Albert's and one other, were all Asian or sushi-driven restaurants.
Wow.
Out of the 9. So 7 restaurants, sushi restaurants in Central Florida. I thought it was very... apparently some Michelin star reviewer liked sushi, because those were his choices. If you've not been to Victoria and Albert's, it's nestled within the Disney's crown jewel, the Grand Floridian Resort. This restaurant by no means is an easy reservation, and it is not. The setting is intimate, and its pacing is that of a leisurely 3-hour waltz orchestrated by a gracious brigade of veteran servers. Chef Matthew Sowers cooks with contemporary verve and draws on influences spanning from Asia to the Nordics. Think delicate tarts set with New Zealand langostinos, striking sandwiches made with venison, carpaccio, and red cabbage, and bold sauces like cherry cola bordelaise. Other details like water lists and a mott coffee and tea service, and a serious wine program. It is a priced fixed menu at Victoria and Albert's and starts at $2.95 per person. You can do a wine pairing for an additional $155 per person. Owie! Is that like a $455 per person dinner? Dinner reservations are recommended. No, dessert reservations are required.
There's no recommended in this one.
Yeah.
This is the only way you're getting in.
They are required, and you do have to suit up.
Yes,
I know.
Completely.
Jacket, pants, shoes are required. Tie is optional, but you do have to suit up. And women, it's not flip flops or sandals either. They will not take anything
Don't
looks
don't
like
come out of the pool downstairs.
yeah. They
Walk
won't
in.
take anything that looks like a sandal. Leave your Crocs at home and put on the real big boy shoes.
Yep.
That would be for me. That's a message.
$2.95 a person. I believe that means big boy shoes.
Yes, exactly.
We have not done this.
No,
either of us.
No,
we've done similar Bull and Bear.
Yes, yeah,
but I don't think anything's gonna compare to this.
It's weird. I've done it on cruise ships, right? I've done Remy and Enchante, but I haven't done it in the damn park. Anyway,
no.
So interesting, though.
But it's also almost $100 cheaper on the cruise ship.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's why.
Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah. So, all right, what's next here?
Up next, Marvel reveals new Disney crossover variant crossovers. Okay. Marvel is making the 60th anniversaries of the Avengers and the X-Men with 3 new Disney crossover variant crossovers for select issues of Amazing Spider-Man comics. These crossovers feature Mickey and friends recreating iconic Avengers and X-Men covers with a what-if twist. The first cover, releasing on July 10th, 2024, pays homage to Avengers number 151 with Goofy Thor, Mickey Cap, and Mini Iron Man, and others. The second cover, dropping on August 14th, 2024, references the Uncanny X-Men 137 with Donald and Daisy as Cyclops and Jean Grey during the Dark Phoenix saga. The third cover, set to drop September 11th, 2024, honors Avengers number 223 with Mickey as Hawkeye and Donald as Ant-Man.
This is interesting. If you remember back in the day, Star Wars weekends, there was the crossover characters. Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy were all Star Wars characters. So years later, I had bumped into some executives in the park, and we got on the subject of Star Wars crossover characters, and they said, no. We can't, and we won't be doing them again. George Lucas had asked us not to do crossover character, and this was after the purchase of said Star Wars, and I'm thinking to myself, what is George Lucas telling you what to do
now?
To do with characters that he doesn't own anymore. They're not his. They're owned by the Disney company. But I guess he had some executive privilege that he was invoking. But if you've noticed, there's I have a Jedi Mickey figurine over here. They don't sell any of it anymore. So it's interesting that they're now doing crossover with the Marvel characters. So I don't know. We'll see where it goes. Will we have a Marvel weekend at the parks? I don't know. Why don't we? Yeah.
Well, why don't we just bring back Star Wars weekend?
Yeah. Star Wars month. Call it May the 5th. The entire month of May. Dedicated to Star Wars. Anyway. All right. Hey, permits have been filed for construction in Fort Wilderness Recreation Area. Disney filed permits with the South Florida Water Management. That's where it always starts. To construct a 55-square-foot building adjacent to the pool and tennis courts at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground. Work is underway to replace more than 360 freestanding cabins at Fort Wilderness, as they are set to be folded into the DVC program. Additionally, Disney has submitted documentation which shows changes coming to the area surrounding the resort's meadow swimming pool. I would believe that they would give the DVC people their own pool, own exclusive pool, not to the rest of the campers. I don't know. That would just be what I would be doing.
Most places have a separate pool just for them
Exactly.
too.
And this one does not.
No. Nor did it ever have DVC.
Yeah.
Until now.
Exactly. The overlay shows the new structure set to be added. The building will sit on the current location of the volleyball court. Also slated for addition is a dry retention pond displayed on this diagram. There's no indication as to the purpose of the new building, nor a timeline for its completion. Vacation club units, Disney promised unspecified modifications elsewhere at the resort, and so far no specs have been mentioned. The Meadow swimming pool is located some distance from the cabins, probably cabin people complaints. The Wilderness swimming pool is located in the heart of the cabin development. This leisure pool facility also includes a hot tub, restrooms, and laundry facilities. So, I mean, that has been what I've seen online about people discussing these is they don't have the same amenities as every other DVC on property. There's no separate pool, hot tub, dining or restaurant or whatever. There's no amenities that normally come with DVC ownership. So
that's because it was a campground.
I know, but people are now paying top dollar to stay there.
Fair enough.
When I pay $45,000 for a hotel room, I want some amenities.
And not just trees?
No.
Okay.
Or an outdoor barbecue.
Were you going to bring your own charcoal?
Exactly. Oh, gosh. All right.
Up next, if you like things blue, and
Ooh.
I'm not talking about Bluey, True Moo has brought Star Wars Blue Milk to be available in grocery stores April 17th for a limited time.
Ooh.
If you enjoyed Blue Milk on your travels to Star Wars Galaxy Edge in either Disneyland or Walt Disney World, you'll be able to enjoy it in or at home for a limited time starting April 17th, 2024. Lucasfilm has partnered with an American dairy company, True Moo, to produce the milk for home consumption. It will feature the same vanilla flavor as the park version in a 1% low-fat version.
Ooh.
Does that mean the one in the parks is 2%? Or is it whole milk?
It's probably whole milk in the park.
Probably. The label features an artistic rendering of Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader locked in a lightsaber battle. In the past, True Moo has partnered with Lucasfilms for a green Grogu milk as well. Sources say the blue milk will only be available until around mid-July, but that's dependent on how long stores decide to stock the product. More details about this electrifying nighttime activation will be revealed soon, so get ready to assemble.
That's from someone else. Yeah, I'm assuming they're doing this for May the 4th.
Yeah,
but very weird. Very weird. Have you had the blue milk in the park?
I don't think I ever will.
No. It's not that tasty. I'm not a fan.
Milk.
Yeah. Also, it's not milk, I don't think.
No, I'm not a fan. Well, if you're not a fan, I'm not going to go.
I probably should have had the adult blue milk. That probably would have made it taste better.
Mask it up a little bit.
Exactly. All right. Do you have a Dear Disney segment this week, James, that you wanted to talk about?
I do.
Oh, all right. Bring on the Dear Disney.
Dear Disney.
Yes.
Limited characters for a limited time should mean limited characters. Not ones you get in other parks.
Or can see any other day you go to the park.
When I have to listen to other guests say, I just saw them yesterday at the other park. Why are they here? That doesn't make them limited. Maybe they're limited to here because they're never here. I'm confused.
Oh, gosh.
I don't know, but
yeah,
that's just my...
They do that, when they have these special events. They'll say, limited time characters. And then, the problem is you don't know where. There's no map to say, hey, they'll be here or what characters will be here. Sometimes in the press release, they'll say, hey, it's going to be, Clarabelle the cow or, whoever.
And
but tell us where to find them.
Don't host an event 2 days before.
Yeah.
For social.
Yeah.
Saying all this is going to be here, and then it's not.
Yeah. Yeah. And then remove it when the people come.
Yeah, because it wasn't. Because I was there, and it wasn't there.
Exactly.
That's just that's my Dear Disney for today.
Yeah. Right.
Do you have something or no?
My Dear Disney was just more buffet selections, especially in the protein department. That Crystal Palace was slacking. There was no chicken choice. There was one chicken choice, but it was not very good chicken choice. Anyway, just go back and look at your buffet selections because they were pretty sloppy. All right, next up, weekly character breakfast. Speaking of characters, James, returns to Disney's Vero Beach, so maybe you have to drive over to Vero to see some characters.
Starting DVC points.
Yeah, exactly.
To go see limited characters.
Yeah, exactly. Starting April 20th, Disney's Vero Beach Resort will resume its weekly Disney character breakfast on Saturday mornings at the Wind and Waves Grill restaurant. It will be from 8 a.m. to noon. Goofy and Pluto, dressed in beach attire, will be available.
I see those on the cruise ship. Yeah. I don't need to go now.
We'll see. Beach attire will be available for photos and hugs. The breakfast will feature a new menu, including options like banana Foster French toast, blueberry pancakes, Mickey waffles, eggs Benedict, avocado toast, and a plant-based farm vegetable frittata. Brunch drinks like mimosas and Bloody Marys will be available for those that are 21 and older at an extra cost. Reservations can be made online or via Open Table. Prices are $35 for the adult and $22 for the little chitlins.
It's not really bad price for two characters and a.
Have you stayed at Vero Beach?
I have not. I hear it's nice. I hear it is nice. A lot of people say good things about it.
I would say this. There's two ways to use Vero Beach. If you are what I would call commando-style Disney park person, like you're there from rope drop to fireworks, you're hardcore all day, and that's not vacation. So I would say this: you go to Disney World, you do your commando, and then before you leave, you spend 2 or 3 days at Vero and just unwind and relax. Because really the only thing to do is the beach and the pool. That's it. Yeah. There's no theme park. So it's a great way to relax. The other way I would say you use Vero Beach is if you're going on a cruise. You can stay there and then go to the port, or you can do the cruise and then relax at Vero before you head home. Mm-hmm. That's what Vero is good for.
That's not a bad idea either.
Yeah.
Thought about that.
Yeah. I've stayed there several times. It's very nice. It's very relaxing. Like I said, there's no theme park, so it's very easy to do nothing.
But you can get Goofy and Pluto.
You can get Goofy and Pluto.
You get a little bit of something, not the whole thing, but something. Yeah. Better than nothing.
Yeah.
And Mickey waffles. Who's going to say no to Mickey waffles?
Yeah. Nobody says no to Mickey waffles.
No, neither do I. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Up next.
Yep.
Enzo's Hideaway to host a bootleggers dinner on May 16th and also May 22nd. Get ready to raise a glass or a snifter if you're feeling fancy to the bygone era of rum runners and speakeasies. Enzo's Hideaway, the beloved Disney Springs eatery known for its vintage vibes and impeccable cocktails, is hosting a special bootleggers dinner on May 16th and May 22nd. This immersive dining experience will transport you back to the roaring 20s, offering a delectable taste of history alongside some seriously smooth rum pairings.
Ooh.
The evening kicks off with a tropical Bruegel 1888 cocktail, perfectly paired with a delightful coconut shrimp arancini. This is just the beginning of your culinary adventure. Next up, savor a hearty serving of pichiri al ragu cingale, a rich pasta dish alongside a complex Bruegel Visnora concoction. Top it all off, indulge in a luxurious Bruegel 1888 dessert drink, the ideal complement to Enzo's Hideaway's decadent affogato, an Italian coffee-based dessert. Feeling extra adventurous, you can also add a 1 ounce pour of a Bruegel Maestro Reserva to your bootlegger dinner experience for an additional $25.
Yeah, so Bootlegger's dinner starts at 7 p.m. and you need a reservation, and it's $75 plus tax plus gratuity.
Yep.
So,
and we're not doing the math on a 1 ounce pour for $25.
Yeah.
On what that bottle actually costs.
Is it a lot?
You do the math. That's definitely probably a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
There's
cool.
750 ounces in a bottle usually, and
Yeah,
milliliters, and it's only 1 ounce coming out.
yeah. This next thing I'm going to read should have been my Dear Disney for this week, and maybe I'll save it. I'll save my rant for maybe next week. But My Disney seamless login. So this is what you need to know. This past Tuesday, My Disney offers now a unified login experience across all of their Disney services, an experience with a single email and a single password. The seamless login is aimed at simplifying your user experience. You will be prompted on compatibility Disney platforms, requiring users to update their passwords once. My Disney integrates things like Disney Plus, Hulu, ABC, ESPN, Disney Store, Disney Cruise Line, Disneyland, Walt Disney World, and Star Wars and Marvel, and every other platform they own. The platform allows users to manage preferences and settings easily through my.disney.com. Disney aims to enhance the user convenience to enrich the Disney Magic centralizing tools for managing your account preferences. Now, here's my problem. My problem
it's
is
a security nightmare.
Yes, if somebody hacks one of those accounts, guess what? They have access now to all of them. There's no two-factor available on any of this, and that I find is a huge security breach. As a huge security.
There
problem.
is one two-form factor, and the only one that exists is
on DVC.
DVC, correct?
Yeah. Well,
and it's only to access your payment.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. It's the weakest security. Listen, I don't want it to happen, but I hope some white hat hacker, cracks this just once, just to teach Disney a lesson to say, hey, watch this. I can get this one password here and then use it everywhere I want. So I don't know. It's not my form of security. I like two-factor. I like other methods besides one password for every site. And, I listened to this guy about internet security. I'll just give you my 2 cents on internet security. He's like, create the longest possible password that you can for every site. If you go into a site for the first time, if it's 16 characters, you make it 16 characters. Numbers, uppercase, lowercase, symbols, everything. Don't write it down. Don't try to remember it.
Smash the keyboard, whatever happens.
No, and then the next time you go there, just do a password reset, and then you create another very long. And then nobody ever has your password, because if they have it, the next time you go to the website, you're just going to password reset anyway. So it'll be useless.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Hey, James, are you ready?
I think so.
for a little headline.
Headline news.
And now, the headline news.
Okay, so apparently I am not from the UK. There's a game show called In for a Penny. And Series 6 finale is actually going to happen at Walt Disney World. So you might be there for the taping of this game called In for a Penny. And we'll see. Over at the Magic Kingdom, the Smellephants, that are the elephants in the Storybook Circus, now have smells thanks to Scentsy. Hopefully it's not like elephant poop. Hopefully it's something a little more pleasant.
We saw one of them on Sunday.
Did you smell it?
I could not, but I don't even know if it was on. But Monday they installed 6 more. Thanks, Disney.
Did they smell?
I don't know. I wasn't there Monday.
Oh, God. Hey, the Starview Station, this is a lounge over on the West Coast, will celebrate its first year of operation. So good for you. I hear we're going to get one. New Disney World annual pass holder magnets are coming soon. So quickly, run to the park and get them, because I don't think they're going to mail them anymore. Construction is underway at Epcot's Morocco Pavilion. Shocked.
Or some kind of Morocco.
Yep, and that's where our pass holder lounge is going. So amidst the construction zone, it should be fun. The Jungle Cruise boat dock refurbishment is complete. I didn't get a chance to go see what was going on down there, but apparently it's a paradox. Fix the dock. It's a paradox.
Yes. Here it is.
Hey, hours of operation sign was installed on Epcot's Communicore, and I just heard it will open in June, which we know, but it will be food and wine ready. So there will be things happening there for food and wine this year, which makes me excited that possibly some cool chef programs might be coming back.
Okay.
Yeah. Disney World extends theme parks in late April and early May. That's good. Nighttime lights and music testing underway for Tiana's Bayou Adventure. So that's good. Maybe we're going to get that sooner rather than later. I think in June, don't quote me on this, but I think we're going to have some pass holder previews in June.
Okay.
That's what I'm hearing. We'll see. The Mickey Shorts Theater at the studios is closing for refurbishment. Maybe they got to change a projector bulb over there. They removed all the things that say NBA Experience theming at Disney Springs.
They have.
Just make it an Apple store, really. It'll be the busiest part of Disney Springs every day, all day.
That end will never see the light of day again.
Listen, those 4 restaurants, Splitsville, CityWorks, House of Blues, and Holeo, will forever be grateful that there's an Apple store across the street.
They won't know what hit them every day.
Exactly. I'm just saying. There's construction going on in the Strawberry parking lot for what? You know it. Disney Dreams That Soar. It's the drone show coming May 24th. I did make dinner reservations for us. And it is a Friday. And I think I'm going to go early in the morning because I figure by afternoon there'll be no parking left.
Yep.
So I am going to go early in the morning as soon as it opens, park my car, and just hang out there all day.
I'm doing the same.
Yeah. So that's it.
Fully intend to be there.
Yeah. Hey, more upgrades are coming to the Epcot parking plaza. You know, these are the kind of people that scan your Magic Band before you park your car, or take your money before you park your car. I think they're going to make these look like the ones at the studios. Same kind of form factor. Okay. So that is coming. And then please mark your calendars. The 2024 Epcot International Food and Wine Festival, presented by Corksicle, will take place August 29th to November 23rd.
Oh, God.
Listen, years ago, I said they're going to take this right to Thanksgiving one year. They're going to go right to Thanksgiving. And
there it is.
Right to the 23rd.
And
Just
why does it stop on the 23rd? Because we have to switch over for the holiday.
Exactly.
Other than that, we wouldn't do it, folks.
We'd go to December if we could.
We go all year. We can.
But then they have to start the Christmas festival. Good for you, Disney. I'm surprised this isn't starting in June or July, but all right. They're going to back this up to July soon. I really do. We'll see.
It's not that far away. It's 29 days short.
No. It's going to happen. I hate when I'm right. You have anything else, Mr. James, you want to talk about?
I do not right now.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for listening. Thanks for joining us here on our little Disney venture. If you like the show, we have 2 other shows. You can go get those over at patreon.com/Disney Parks Podcast. If you'd like to email us, you can do so at DisneyParksPodcast@gmail.com. And as we'd like to say around here, if we don't see you online, we'll see you in the parks.
The Disney Parks Podcast is not affiliated with the Walt Disney Company. All Disney parks, attractions, lands, shows, event names, etc. are registered trademarks of the Walt Disney Company.